This is Owen Murphy, engineer, salesman, hard-headed businessman, philanthropist, and former Navy Medical Corps man. Let's look over his shoulder at a few scenes and to the development of a magnificent new physical modality which has helped to bring daily, repeatable relief from simple tensions and recurrent pain to millions of people, and has materially contributed to gracious living and relaxation for thousands of families. In this industrial plant near Niagara Falls, back in 1936, engineers were developing a complicated industrial device which operated on a new engineering principle, developing a pleasant, rhythmic, pulsing action which at first seemed to be some type of vibration, except that this motion was far gentler, far more soothing than any ordinary vibration had ever been. The workmen discovered it first. They had to work long hours under cold, damp conditions. Some of them developed vague, disconcerting, uncomfortable aches and pains, sore hands and feet, stiff, aching joints. But when they worked close to this new machine, or leaned against it for a few minutes, their pains seemed to lessen somewhat. They felt considerably more comfortable. They brought this interesting reaction to the attention of the project engineers, who made a special study and came up with the theory that the elliptoid rolling action produced by the machine was in some way transmitted to the bodies of the workmen and perhaps improved blood circulation. They set out to reproduce this kind of physical action in a smaller machine which could be tested directly on the human body. And after much trial and error, they came up with this motorized wooden box. It produced the same kind of soothing reaction for many people who complained of pain and inability to relax. These newspaper clippings tell about a Canadian miner who was trapped for several days in a cave-in, and as a result of the damp, cold, and exposure, had suffered serious injury to his legs. In a last-ditch, try-anything effort to help this man, the attending physicians agreed to try the little motorized massage unit. At first, the results were not particularly spectacular, but with persistent and repeated application of the unit to the area of injury, the condition of the miner's legs began to improve. Well, you probably guessed the sequel. Application of the little massage unit, along with excellent medical care, resulted in a complete recovery for the miner. At last report, he was a floor walker in a large Canadian department store. It was this event, this dramatic proof of the potential of this little motorized massage box, which convinced Owen Murphy that it should be further developed and marketed as an aid to mankind. That was his dream. And then he began to plan, and then to act. In this converted garage on his farm in the small crossroads community of Adamsville, Pennsylvania, he set up his own manufacturing plant, experimental lab, and sales room. He called his new product Niagara, because that is where the idea really began, at Niagara Falls. He sold it with one claim and one claim only. Just try it, put it where it hurts, and see if it helps. Well, Niagara helped all right, and sales of the product grew rapidly, despite the fact that his only advertising was by word of mouth. In a short time, he numbered his customers in the thousands. Naturally, with his engineering background, he was constantly motivated to improve his products. He produced this rolling pin type of unit made of wood. Then this round metal pot-shaped massage machine. And then this all-purpose cushion with a massage generator built in. Demands from professional men caused him to build the massage action into tables and chairs for use in clinics and hospitals. Funny-looking products, aren't they? But they worked. How well they worked. Then the public response really started. Murphy's dream was well on its way. Letters, cards, telegrams poured into Owen Murphy's office telling of the wonderful results users were obtaining. People drove thousands of miles to thank Owen Murphy personally for helping them. This story could have become static right then, and Murphy could have gone on manufacturing and selling just as he had been doing in the past. But his faith in his product told him that Niagara could do more than just make people feel good. But faith has to be backed up with action. Owen Murphy acted. He decided to get proof, medical and physical proof, of what his equipment could do. And he put every penny of his small fortune into a program of medical research. He traveled to New York and retained the services of a famed medical research consultant who had an impressive background in science, academic medicine, government work, pharmaceutical development, and industrial medicine. The consultant discouraged him, told him that research was expensive and might prove that the product was not of great medical significance. Murphy's faith didn't waver. He gave the order to go ahead, no matter what the results. In short order, the Niagara Research Institute was established, with executive offices in New York. Immediately, a research program was set up in the physics department of a college in Greenville, Pennsylvania, to determine the actual physical characteristics of the Niagara action. What made it different from ordinary vibration? What motion or activity did it generate to produce such beneficial relief from symptoms? Under the direction of a nationally known physicist, tests proved that Niagara products did indeed develop a unique action, one that was totally unlike that of ordinary vibratory mechanisms. Instead of the harsh, thumping hammer stroke of a common vibrator, the Niagara units operated with a pleasant, rolling, cycloidal motion. Cyclomassage, they began to call it. And cyclomassage it has remained to this day. Watch the birdseed in this container. It revolves in a precise, smooth, gentle pattern when placed in contact with a Niagara unit. This is the cycloid action. Even more amazing is the fact that the action of the Niagara unit is carried from the unit through various body structures without losing its cycloidal pattern, as this demonstration shows. Further experiments in a second Eastern college and still another highly regarded physicist confirmed and extended the findings of the first study. Then Owen Murphy's Niagara Research Institute made grants to hospitals, teaching medical centers, and clinics throughout North America to evaluate the medical and physiologic potentials of the equipment. One of the greatest researchers in physical medicine, head of the physiatrics department of one of the finest hospitals in America, and recipient of a specially cast bronze plaque awarded by the New York Society of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, was a principal in this research effort. Results of the research programs were published in leading professional journals and reported to the American Congress of Physical Medicine. One report stated that, quote, the application of Niagara results in an increase in skin temperature and test solution clearance in the area contacted with the Niagara device, both of which results indicate an increase in blood circulation in the area of application, end of quote. Other researchers reported a salutary, temporary, repeatable, beneficial effect of local application of Niagara in the minor pain, muscle spasm, and stiffness often associated with chronic arthritis. There were many other favorable reports. Niagara was proving its worth. and Owen Murphy's faith was being justified. Paper after paper was written to show that Niagara produced desirable results in connection with simple tension, fatigue, muscle spasm, and the minor pain of arthritis. Murphy need no longer guess about the usefulness of his product. Physicians and physicists had shown him more than he had dared hope. Another forward step in the Owen Murphy story. One of the eminent physicians with whom Owen Murphy became acquainted was pediatrician Dr. Edward Connor of Meadville, Pennsylvania. Dr. Connor talked with Murphy about his ambition to develop a new kind of children's rehabilitation clinic. Murphy's generosity and Dr. Connor's skill resulted in the establishment in Meadville of the Fairyland Clinic for handicapped children. From the unique nameplate showing St. George the Defender slaying the dragon of disease and the colorful wheelchair ramp leading to the main entrance, children get a promise of the make-believe atmosphere which pervades the whole clinic. There are no sterile whites in this clinic, no frightening clinical-looking equipment. Instead, we see an array of workable mechanical toys, each equipped with relaxing Niagara motors, and each designed to stimulate the child to perform some sort of play activity which will exercise a specific group of muscles. Treatment becomes play, and happiness and fun is the order of the day. Even the less pleasant treatment procedures are given on Niagara-equipped treatment tables, which take the child's attention away from the treatment itself. The heartwarming results obtained here at Fairyland Clinic have been the subject of articles in such magazines as Look, Coronet, Woman's Home Companion, This Week, Popular Mechanics, MD, and Modern Medicine. Arlene Francis devoted an entire half-hour television program to it, and the entire story of the clinic was told on the Robert Montgomery Theater under the title of The Dr. Ed Story. Fairyland Clinic is the brainchild of Dr. Ed, but it is the gift of Owen Murphy to the world. Athletic trainers, coaches, phys ed teachers have added their bit to the Owen Murphy story. At the University of Pittsburgh, baseball coach Bob Lewis still uses the Niagara massage tables introduced into the training rooms a decade ago. Trainer Whitey Gwynn of the University of West Virginia not only uses Niagara on campus, but takes it with him wherever the teams go. He has introduced Niagara heat and massage pads to hundreds of athletes, and thus has helped Owen Murphy contribute more than a little to the nation's physical fitness program. Niagara equipment enables athletes, and indeed anybody, to get the equivalent of a professional massage anywhere, anytime. Owen Murphy will perhaps never admit that he has achieved success, because he continues to forge ahead in his new ambition, that of adding to the comfort and graciousness of living of every home. Naturally, this has led him to develop new products. Gone now are the old pot-shaped units and wooden boxes. In their place, Mr. Murphy has produced beautiful, easy-to-use portable pads and hand units. In the thermocyclopads, the company has combined the two oldest and possibly the two most effective physical modalities, heat and massage. The old professional chair table has been restyled into a new, beautiful, reclining leisure lounge, fit for any decor. The principle of the rub-down table, as used in the training rooms of colleges and universities, has been built into this fine sofa. Though you never know where to look at it, it's fully equipped with Niagara cycloid action massage units. Even the old triple table, designed for physicians, has found its counterpart in the home in this contoured and extremely attractive chaise lounge. You'll find Owen Murphy's dream of comfortable relaxation for everybody in all walks of life today, in large homes and small, offices and factories, country clubs and athletic training rooms. The executive uses his lounge chair to relax during a tense day at the office. Mother uses her heat and massage set to help relieve her aches and pains. The weekend golfer uses coin-operated Niagara rub-down tables in the clubhouse locker rooms to help him unknot sore, tired muscles. And he'll tell you it's great, just like having an athletic trainer on duty at the club. Salesmen, truckers, and even pilots use the Carsage automobile massage pad to help them stay fresh and alert while traveling. And incidentally, you might look at the accessory list the next time you buy a new car. You may find Niagara cyclo-massage motors built right into your car seats. And the next time you take a trip, look for a motel with one of these Niagara cyclo-massage signs. Turn on that Niagara unit and you'll sleep like a baby. Yes, a lot of changes have occurred since Owen Murphy started his story. The little frame office still stands in Adamsville, but now it's maintained as a museum where the original Niagara units are exhibited. Administrative headquarters of Mr. Murphy's company are now in this magnificent new office building, right in the middle of his Adamsville farm. Up the highway, not far away, is Adamsville's new post office, made necessary by the ever-increasing volume of mail created by the prosperity of this one company. Huge plants, one in Brockton, New York, and another in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada, work overtime to keep up with the orders for Niagara products. Company offices dot the continent. Manufacturing and sales facilities are established in Ireland, England, Europe, and the Orient. Because of the size of the business, record keeping is done by electronic computers, and communications between offices and plants use the most efficient teletype circuits. The modern success story of Owen Murphy and Niagara, the company he founded, has been told on every major television network in the country and has been published in some of the finest magazines, journals, and newspapers. The United States Government Information Service thought so highly of the Niagara story that it prepared a newsreel about the company for dissemination throughout the free world. Owen Murphy himself has been presented with a Lions International Humanitarian Service Award. Modern, real-life success story? Well, we think so. But Owen Murphy's dreaming, planning, and working hasn't even slowed down. There'll be many more chapters in this story, many more events which will add page after page to this scrapbook. And as the book grows, it will be filled with the faces of the hundreds of people who will find financial security through Niagara, the millions of people who will derive comfort, relaxation, relief from simple tension, the entire families who will be able to develop new habits of gracious living as a result of the steadily improving products which Owen Murphy and his corporation are making available. Success stories in modern America? Well, they're just as real today as they were in the days of Horatio Alger. And the story of Owen Murphy proves it. He has developed a force, an energy, a source of vitality that seems to go on and on, as boundless as the activity of the Niagara Falls, after which he named his company and his product. Nope, we aren't going to close Owen Murphy's album. We'd only have to open it again to add picture after picture, story after story, for a long, long time.